was.
Stop. I'd like to check that out. That's so sweet. It's awesome. Yeah, she's good.
You want the flag?
Do you want me to take? Do you want me to take a picture?
Really?
He doesn't want it. I think it's nice. You guys all want it?
Really?
Oh, Andrew.
Nice, nice. Awesome.
Boy.
It's gonna look really nice.
I'll get you.
Hey, America.
And we're recording too. Just so-
Really?
Really?
It would seem as though the flags up there.
Yes.
There's no pomp and circumstance here.
I get it. That's good pictures.
All right. I'm John Kennedy. I'm the new treasurer here in Portage County, by the way. Thank you. All right, I'm going to administer the oath of office for Andrew. I, state your name,
I, Andrew Kluge,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
that I will solemnly
do solemnly swear that I will support,
swear that I will support,
protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States,
protect, defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office of Council President
and that I will discharge the duties of Council President
of the City of Ravenna, Ohio,
of the City of Ravenna of Ohio,
with fidelity according to the best of my ability.
with fidelity to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay, that's how we did with our finance officers.
No.
Swear in.
You're welcome.
Okay.
That's good. I got a nice shell somewhere.
Want the flag? Does that stand come with it?
Yes, unless someone's going to hold it freestyle. You want the other one?
Sorry, let me move.
No?
What one's it?
Okay.
Thank you.
Tim, it killed you, didn't it?
You got the base and everything?
I decided to add the flag.
Oh, perfect.
I'll send you that one.
That's awesome.
Just don't stand behind it.
All right,
Are we
Mayor
okay?
Singh, wanna come up?
Are you up?
Mayor.
All right, please raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Frank Seymour,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
of Mayor
of Mayor
of the City of Ravenna,
of the City of Ravenna,
Ohio,
Ohio,
with fidelity,
with fidelity,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You should pose for a picture.
Well,
Right by the flag, come on, I can tell.
well, only if you're in.
I'm in it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, now you have to,
Here, so ask.
you should, sign this. Yep, that'd be great. All right, Frank, you're up
Me?
next. And I didn't introduce myself. I am Judge Tricia Smith from Juvenile Probate, Portage County. I was elected in, 2020. I took office in February of 21. Come on over. All right. Frank, if you would raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I
I,
say your name.
Frank J. Semino,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
of Law Director
of Law Director
of the City of Ravenna,
of the City of Ravenna,
Ohio,
Ohio,
with fidelity,
with fidelity,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. You also need to sign. All right, Christina. I feel like I have an assembly line.
We got this word out.
It's perfect. All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I,
state your name,
Christina West,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
of Council at Large,
Council at Large,
City of Ravenna,
City
Ohio,
of Ravenna, Ohio,
with fidelity,
with fidelity,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. All right, let's see, Matt Harper.
Absolutely.
All right, repeat after me, raise your right hand. I
I, Matt Harper,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
of Ward 3 Councilperson
of Ward 3 Councilperson
of the City of Ravenna, Ohio,
of the City of Ravenna, Ohio,
with fidelity,
with fidelity,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Said your name right. It's hard with everybody watching, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta get a good picture. Right angle. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I
I, Tim Calfee,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and the Charter of the City of Ravenna,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
of Ward 4 Councilperson
of Ward 4 Councilperson
of the City of Ravenna,
of
Ohio,
the City of Ravenna, Ohio,
with fidelity,
with fidelity,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Could we get all of the people who were sworn in one group photo? Just because I'm thinking that might be a little easier to get past the powers that be. And yeah, yeah.
I'm coming out. Don't bum down.
one less thing to worry about.
We're still taking pictures.
Let's take a picture.
Yeah, still taking pictures.
There,
I want a picture with, the birthday girl.
Give them any different information, because I don't know who that is. Please don't jump back to.
You didn't know they weren't done. Nobody said anything.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah, could you? Come on, Nikki, come on back.
Really?
Listen, we have time, the meeting
We got
doesn't
time,
start
the
till
meeting
6
doesn't
o'clock.
start for a few minutes. Yeah, you're fine.
Tim's got this.
Okay, you gotta be right with it.
Me? Are you a professional photographer?
You're the one that got elected. Okay. It's gonna be great. 1, 2. Okay, hold on. Now we're doing portrait with.
Oh, God.
Come on, with the council chamber in the background. Okay, good.
Thank you, thank you.
Just sit down.
No, I'm not as much of a professional photographer as he is, so I say just say cheese. I did get a couple for you.
Thank you so much.
You need it six as soon as you know.
We're probably gonna go back to your house.
Like how we just explain ourselves. Really like that.
You must have fun. Yeah, that's fine. My mom has a milestone birthday tomorrow.
No, don't anybody stay.
Nope, nope, bye.
Say that?
You guys can.
She's getting out of here before you make everybody sing
No, we're not gonna do that. I'm not doing that. Cause I know she'd do it to me.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
This morning, first call this morning, like about it, I was interested.
Oh, are you?
Who oversees that?
That was much better.
Historical
That, I like doing them individually.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Here comes the standard there.
We just gotta put the podium back out in the middle there and turn.
Now, oh, I should have brought that up with me.
You got it, Larry.
I wasn't thinking.
Thank you.
He did a good job. He did a good job. And I think it was best to put it down there, too. Much more official.
I see her an awful lot.
Oh, yeah,
Not awful.
because she does dependency.
She does guardianship and then she does, I have worked with a lot of youth. You are a photographer. Look at that. Look at the joy.
Do you see how fast that electric is jumping up?
Ridiculous.
Like a clock at 8 or something.
It's at 6:05.
6:05.
It was like 584.
So it went up about 70 cents. Approximately.
Every time my wife goes to the grocery store, she'll come back and tell me what product she's outraged at. She's gone. That's it. I can't believe this one's this much.
She's not wrong. I do the same thing. Yes.
Each time she does, she's got different ones she puts me.
Because sometimes it's just something like, that you don't buy for a really long time, and you go buy like shampoo again, and
It was laundry detergent.
laundry detergent is ridiculous right
That's
now.
the one she's,
Yeah.
she's bought this giant size. And
She's on vacation.
like since 2 of them were out.
Yeah.
And it was like $3 more or something.
I went shopping
Far
yesterday.
south.
I couldn't believe how much toilet paper was. So are we not? We don't have.
Andrew, I may need an executive session.
Oh, wait.
No, you're fine. All right, I'll call to order the Ravenna City Council meeting for Tuesday, January 2nd at 6 PM. The first item on the agenda is a moment of meditation and silence. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? All right, and Chelsea, would you call the roll?
Mr. Kelfi?
Here.
Ms. West?
Here.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Ms. Michael? Mr. Karas? Ms. Wood?
Here.
Mr. Harper?
Here.
And do we have a motion to excuse Miss Michael this evening?
So moved. Yeah, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And as our annual business, we do have the election of the President Pro Tem this evening. So do we have, I'll open the floor to nominations. If anyone would like to make one.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Michaels as the most senior council member as President Pro Tem.
I'll second that.
And then, do we have any other nominations? Close those nominations. Do we just need an all in favor for that? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, and then committee assignments. Everything will stay the same in terms of committee assignments. There was one change in terms of the liaison for council. So Mr. Calfee will roll off as the liaison for Parks and Recreation, and Ms. West will be the liaison for Parks. If there's no questions on that, then do we have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is approval of meeting minutes from the regular city council meeting of December 4th and the special city council meeting of December 18th. Were there any additions or corrections to those? Hearing none, do we have a motion to accept as submitted?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the only communications that should be in your packet is a Christmas card from Utility Bank and the thank you letter from Main Street Ravenna. Were there any questions on those? And if not, we can turn to delegations from the public. So if there's anyone this evening that would like to speak, just step to the podium. And if you could keep your comments around 3 minutes, I would appreciate it.
No, not a problem. You
Okay.
guys were all given a piece of paper, a written overlook or
Oh.
overview.
Yeah, let me preface.
Sorry,
too- No,
Nancy
you're fine.
Jones.
You're fine. So council is not responsible for any personnel decisions, so I want to make
Yeah.
that very clear.
We know, and I'm well
okay.
aware of this. I just have got to a point now where I have no other options but to bring it to council so that everybody is aware of what's going on.
Okay, well then, I think council will listen. I don't know that we'll make any remarks or have any questions for you,
That's fine.
but appreciate the input.
But if you do, you guys know how to get a hold of me. I live on Oak Grove at the end. It's with great sadness that I come to council tonight. First thing to say that I definitely love my city, and I've done everything humanly possible to make this problem go away. I've kept it very under wraps, dealt with the mayor, the chief, people on that order, so it didn't get to be blown up and cause problems for our city. I've also called Frank and left him a message before Christmas and still have not heard back. Please look over the overview of what has happened in the last year and a half. One of the city's workers has been harassing and stalking, as far as I'm considered, if that's what it is. He's been told multiple times not to be near my home, not to be on the street. I was guaranteed months ago from the mayor, now he rejected that, that this gentleman would no longer be on our side of the city. Since you have two people that do the land, he would be on the opposite side of the city as me. Just before Christmas at 10:53 in the morning, he pulled down my street yet again. I had to pull over, stop myself from shaking. Like, I am scared for my life at this point from this gentleman. I have been dealing with multiple accounts of him coming by my home, slowly driving. My neighbor's calling me going, he's here again, after he's been consistently told to stay away. My road is not a thoroughway. It's a dead-end street. There is no reason for him to be near me or anywhere near this house. I am at a point where I have, like I said earlier, I have nowhere else to go but here to bring this to the public. If the city doesn't want to take care of him, maybe getting some pressure on the bosses to make him stop. He knew exactly who I was when I passed him this last time. He was, like, the look on his face was like, dang it, I got caught. And I took 10 minutes just to get myself conformed. I have to have a gun in my house, in my bedroom, because I don't know if this man is gonna come and try to get into my home. He was on our property originally back in August of '22 to try to give me a fine for a tree that was never on our property. First of all, it should have been a warning, not a fine. But anyways, beside the point, my husband calls me. I'm in bed sleeping. My husband calls me going, who is in our yard walking around looking at all of our property, looking in our windows? I have, as you can see, there's a picture there that you can see that he was clearly taking pictures of inside my closed garage. My door was wide open, my inside door, the screen was shut. The garage door was down, you could clearly see my car in there. He tried to say that he didn't know I was not home. He never tried to contact me by coming to the door, ringing my door camera, nothing. I don't want to have to go any further legally. And Frank, you know this, we've had many talks about this, that I don't want to have to go to a point where I have to sue the city to keep me safe. I honestly am afraid of this man. I don't know what he is capable of doing. This started over a picture. I just wanted to know if he had those pictures removed from my personal property. No one to this day still has said, yeah, oh yeah, we took those off.
Excuse me, Mr. Kluge, I have a point of order. In this situation, I think that I would request that if this is a complaint against a public employee, that we would go into executive session for just a minute to listen to the rest of it, if that is okay.
And this is what I was afraid of when I talked to Chelsea, that you guys were going to go do this. This is why I wasn't even going to tell you I was coming tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Just
usually,
for clarification, are you asking to invite the resident to the
Yes,
meeting?
to let her finish her statement.
I
To let her
absolutely
finish her
have no
statement.
problem with that.
Okay.
To finish
so-
her
so,
statement.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
that's
trying
all-
to,
yeah.
we're not trying to shut you down.
I was afraid that it was going to go into an executive session and it was going to be done, and it was like a waste of time coming here. I just cannot do this anymore.
is this something, we need an executive session tonight at the end of the meeting? Is this something that we can take up after?
Well, I know that she had contacted the mayor, talked to a lot of people. did leave a call for me. My family was in town.
Yep.
They came in early, and I think the mayor indicated I'd probably get back to you this week, all right?
Well, yeah, the mayor said you probably won't hear from him until after the new year, and I said, yeah, figure it probably won't.
Well, I did not because I had my children in.
Yep.
And then I had other people come and stay overnight with us also.
Yeah, and I had
All
left
right?
a message.
So
for
I
you.
don't want to talk about that part of it, I apologize. But I think what I had talked about to the mayor before was, you know, when there is a complaint against an employee, I think it's supposed to go to the head of the department first, which would be, in this case, Mr. Finney. And I think you've provided a written document to us, you've provided the one picture to us. I think there needs to be work done by Mr. Finney to investigate this, all right?
Okay,
So
well,
I'm happy to have him do that.
let me, if you guys want to go to a session with just
No,
this,
no,
I
we're not
can
gonna go into executive
into-
session. I think the appropriate
That's
thing to
fine.
do is to go ahead and have Mr. Finney go ahead and do the investigation.
But you have not gotten all the information
Well, that's
either.
why I'm saying there'll be an
Kay
investigation,
was
ma'am.
here first, when Kay
And
was the service
we tried to reach out to
director.
Kay today, and we
No,
were
I
able to
talked
get
to
it.
her in March of 2023
No, I
along
appreciate
with the mayor.
Well, just take a time out, take a time out, all right? Pardon?
I spoke to Kate.
All right, hang on a second. I think what has to, you talk about an investigation, I believe that Mr. Finney's the one who should conduct that, all right? It's his department, he's the one who has been in charge of this individual. To the extent that you have concerns about an individual, you express those to Mr. Finney. You provide him with whatever you want to provide him with, all right? Whatever it may be. Whether you want to bring in neighbors,
Frank.
whether you want to bring in witnesses, otherwise, bring that forward, all right? So it has to be a complete review.
You're
of-
not getting the whole picture as well.
Well, ma'am,
Me-
I'm telling you
myself,
that you have the
The mayor and
ability.
I
Mr.
have
President,
discussed all of this
there's a
for a
motion
year
on
and
the
a
table.
half.
Well,
This has
okay.
been going on.
But
I've been
listen.
promised that there was going to be an investigation, it was going to be taken care of. I get a call back from the mayor saying
Well-
that he will no longer be over there, and he
I would
is.
ask that you please stop providing information tonight. I would ask that you present your information to Mr. Finney. I'm telling you, whomever you want to present information to Mr. Finney on, bring them forth and allow them to talk with Mr. Finney so that you have a complete. He obviously will have a chance to talk to the mayor. I think it's important for him to talk to Kay, because as I got the picture, what happened back in '22 was addressed by you, the individual, and Kay. And there was some resolution reached. I have no idea what that was. I was not a party to that.
2023, and there was no,
Well, I thought you said 2022.
this originally happened in August of 2022, where he
Okay.
came on my property,
All right.
which
But,
according to your
ma'am,
guys' own
please.
code, they're not allowed
I'm
on your
asking
property.
I'm asking for one consideration on your part, that we no longer discuss this matter tonight, that you present your evidence or whatever you want to present to Mr. Finney. He will review it, and then he will make a report.
I
All right?
get that, but this has been going on for a year and a half. Everything's already been investigated.
Well,
This, not last time, the time
that may be
before
your
this,
perception, ma'am. That may be your perception, but I think it's important to
it's
try
what
to...
I've been told by the mayor.
Well-
So please do not disrespect what I have been through.
Ma'am, there's no way that I'm doing that. All I'm doing is indicating that there needs to be some time for the service, sorry.
I think a year and a half has
Engineer-
been more than enough time,
Well,
Frank.
well,
More than
as I
enough
underst-
time to
just so I
figure
understand
this
it-
out.
Just so I understand it, there was something back in 2022, there was a discussion between you, Kay, and this individual back then that apparently was same that, trying to resolve it. You now have indicated that most recently, there's been another incident.
There's
So you
been
want,
7 incidents since
however many there have been, ma'am, however
March.
many you want to bring forward, bring them forward, present them to Mr. Finney, and allow him to review it. From that, there will be a complete review, and that will be the basis on which their decision will be made,
Well, then
okay?
he can talk to the mayor, he can talk to the chief, he
Absolutely,
can talk to all of
absolutely.
them, because they've all been involved.
That's fine.
I've kept it
That's fine.
quiet to
It's not a
not
matter of
cause
keeping it
trouble for
quiet.
the
It's not a matter
for
of
the
keeping it
city.
quiet. To the extent that you're concerned, the extent that you have a problem, that needs to be expressed. But we have to do it in the proper way.
I have done that, and it got me nowhere,
Well, I think
to
you,
where I'm at right now.
how can you not, you presented yourself somewhat tonight. You have the ability to
Somewhat.
continue. I'm saying that because you've indicated that you feel there's more. Fine, whatever else there is, you present it to Mr. Finney, all right?
You and I are gonna have to have a meeting next week. Let me know, call me, you have my number, call me, and we'll set up a
in
meeting.
City Hall because Mike still works for us and he's gonna continue to work for us.
So to keep you out of our office and be around him, we'll meet here at City Hall
Sounds
for your
perfect.
safety.
Yeah,
And Tim will be included in this meeting.
that's
Because
perfectly
I want a
fine.
witness.
Yeah, because when we had the meeting on March 23, it was the other coworker, and I
aware
requested
I
the
spoke
mayor
to
be
Kate.
there.
I'll take a vote on the point of order.
He explained everything to me. So did Dawn, that was at the meeting, and Mike was there also.
Well, as long as you can you have the meeting before next week, and then we can, if necessary, then you can come back and we can go into
Yeah,
executive
that's
session.
perfectly
'Cause that-
fine. I just wanted to stop.
Understood.
That's all I ask is
Understood.
to keep him away from me and away from my home.
Yep, I understand. I appreciate you coming in to speak up. So we do have a point of order.
I'll withdraw the motion for going into executive session.
Okay. Okay, so we'll look for updates between now and the committee meetings next week on that then. Any other delegations from the public that would like to speak this evening? Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I believe the committee meetings are on the
Is it
2 weeks.
2 weeks, thank you.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
If there's no other delegations from the public this evening, then we'll move on to the report of officials that should be in your packets. Were there any questions on what was in there? Chief's not here. And if not, do we have a motion to accept as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, you're right. Committee meeting starts 6 PM, January 16th, beginning with
Is that a
utility.
Tuesday?
Yes,
Yes.
because of Martin Luther
Yes.
King Day.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
January 16th, 2024, starting with utilities. Mr. Moskin?
Yes, there'll be one thing on the agenda on the 16th.
All right, information systems, Ms. West?
To be determined.
And planning, Mr. Karras?
We have 3 items on the agenda tonight, and we will have a meeting on the 16th.
All right, and committee of the whole will be on January 23rd. Public health and safety, I'll say to be determined at this point. Streets and sidewalks, Mr. Harper?
We have 2 items for consideration this evening, and we will be having a committee meeting.
And Mr. Calfee, personnel?
No committee meeting on the 16th.
All right, and community and economic development, Ms. Wood?
To be determined.
And any updates on the cemetery?
I'll just say financially, the cemetery is looking really good.
All right,
It's a good update.
you want to provide a last update?
Yeah,
from the Parks and Rec?
let me give you a last Parks and Rec update. This past week, we bid goodbye to Denise Boyce, who's worked at the Parks and Rec office for over 10 years in a number of different departments there, and we'd like to thank her for her valuable service to Parks and Rec Department. Denise Boyce, over 10 years there in the department. And coincidentally, it has been 10 years since we cleaned out the big garage barn at where the rack is in the back, and as a special Christmas project, that got cleaned out. So I thought that was worthy of note in my final report. And that's all, thank you.
All right, thanks, Mr. Calfee, and for serving on Parks and Rec as the liaison for council. All right, we'll move on to first reading of ordinances this evening, beginning with ordinance number 2024-001.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to apply for the fire department individual grant through the state fire marshal's office for 4 sets of turnout gear and accepting the grant if awarded and declaring an emergency.
And Ms. Michael's not here this evening, but it is as it reads, so just applying for and accepting if awarded. So is there any questions on this item? Hearing none, do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So moved?
Second.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Karras?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second?
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Karras?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to pass the ordinance.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Karras?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
All right, that ordinance is adopted. The next item is ordinance number 2024-002.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to apply for the ODNR IRA funding grant in the sum of $50,000 for the 2024 city street tree inventory and accepting if awarded and declaring an emergency.
And this is sponsored by Streets and Sidewalks. Mr. Harper?
Yeah, we've talked about this a couple times. It's through the ODNR, and if awarded, it will cover the expense of our tree inventory that we do every 7 years.
All right, any questions on this? Hearing none, do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelfy?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So move.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kelfy?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
And then a motion to pass the ordinance?
So move.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Kelfy?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
All right, that ordinance is adopted. Next item is ordinance number 2024-003.
An ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $15,000 to document and record aerial easements along a portion of West Main Street to allow the relocation of electrical poles and declaring an emergency.
Also sponsored by Streets and Sidewalks. Mr.
Yeah,
Harper?
this is the last section of West Main Street that we need to widen to continue with our program of widening and paving Main Street.
Any questions, anything we need additionally? Okay. If there's no questions, we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kelfy?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
And then a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Mr. Kelfy?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to pass the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kelfy?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
All right, that ordinance is adopted. Next item is ordinance number 2024-004.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a renewal agreement with Energy Harbor, formerly First Energy Solutions, to supply electricity to Ravenna City residents for the period from March 2024 through May 2025 and declaring an emergency.
And this is sponsored by Utilities. Mr. Moskin, I know there's an update with the price too.
Yes, the price went up to $605. The new price, the,
It's, if we lock it in tonight.
Yeah.
pardon? Yes.
So is it, my understanding, our current rate is like 488? So this is like a 24% increase. And it's for a year and a couple of months, something like that, right? From March
14
to
months.
May? And did they give us any other options, like longer term? But
Yeah,
but it's more if it's longer term?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Seems like that's the opposite of what it should be.
No, because
Like the longer you commit, the lower the,
rate you should
yeah,
get.
better rate you get.
usually is, but in this case, they're trying to say, well, if it jumps up drastically and you pay a little more,
Wow, okay.
And then,
it's,
Mr.
it's a coin flip.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we could do is wait, right? If we wanted to, see a month from now whether or not the rates are better, but it looks like they're going in the wrong direction.
You're right.
Yeah, and then Mr. Content, do you mind, so my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, since we have a little bit of an audience tonight.
Sure.
The aggregation agreement, for anybody not aware, you are automatically enrolled in the aggregation agreement. You have the option to opt out,
Yep.
and you can check, I think it's apples to apples.
Yes,
The
apples to
website
apples, yeah,
to
the
see the
Yep.
comparative pricing if you were to opt out of the aggregation agreement.
Yes.
But typically, this is
This
the
is
better
typically
price.
the best price.
Yeah. When you do look at apples to apples, if anybody does, I know that there are fees, longer terms, shorter terms, so just be aware of the additions.
But I think they give you a gift card.
Oh.
There you go.
So, yep, apples to apples.
Apples to apples.
Yep. Okay. Any questions from council on this? Hearing none, do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelfy?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And do we have a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to pass the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
All right, that ordinance is adopted. The next item on the agenda is ordinance number 2024-005.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 2023-24 to extend the temporary moratorium not to exceed 1 year on the issuance of permits through the planning, zoning, and building departments for approval of storage units, storage facilities, storage pods, and self-storage establishments in the city of Ravenna, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
And this was sponsored by Community and Economic Development?
No,
Planning? That's what I
think
thought.
it was planning.
It says community, but.
Or committee. Yeah, so, well, it does say Community and Economic Development, but it did go through the Planning Committee.
Oh, I need to switch one more page. It says your name right there.
It's okay. So about a year ago, a little less than a year ago, we put a moratorium on storage facilities, storage units, I'm sorry, self-storage units, and it's described in the ordinance what that means. And we, in the hopes that we would put something more substantial into our zoning ordinance regarding how to regulate those facilities. Since we do have a comprehensive plan that's underway, at our committee meeting, we decided that it would be best if we extended the moratorium for another year so that we could kind of dive into the zoning issues in conjunction with what we're doing with the comprehensive plan. So that's the purpose of the extension.
Any questions from council? Hearing none, do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So move.
Second.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So move.
Second.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to pass the ordinance?
So move.
Second.
Ms. Wood? I'm sorry, yeah, Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
All right, that ordinance is adopted. Next item is ordinance number 2024-006.
An ordinance approving a contribution of $20,000 to the Ravenna Chamber of Commerce for continued local business support for 2024 and declaring an emergency.
And this is sponsored by Planning, Mr. Karas.
So last month, we approved the $20,000 donation to Main Street, Ravenna. And so we discussed and agreed to contribute the same amount to the chamber. These are two excellent community-oriented organizations. The $20,000, in my opinion, for each organization is a small amount of money considering what we get back from both those organizations. So this ordinance is to give the $20,000 donation to the chamber.
Any questions, comments from council? All right, hearing none, do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So move.
Second.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Then a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
All right, then a motion to pass the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
All right, that ordinance is adopted. The next item on the agenda is ordinance number 2024-007.
An ordinance appropriating and earmarking the balance of the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, funds in the amount of $576,161.18 for various projects throughout the city departments and declaring an emergency.
All right, and this is sponsored by Planning, Mr. Karas.
So we've gone through a couple of months of soliciting projects, initiatives, purchases throughout the city departments to spend the money that we were given from the federal government during the pandemic. And the purpose is that, in theory, if we don't encumber the money, if we don't decide how we're going to spend it, the federal government could swoop in and take it back. So this ordinance is to make sure we encumber and decide how we're going to spend those funds. There was a spreadsheet attached that outlines where all the money's going. We've talked about it quite a bit. There's $576,000+ to spend. It is all earmarked. So assuming we pass this tonight, we won't have to worry about losing the money.
Any questions from council? Thanks for your work on that too, Rob. If there's no questions, then do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So moved.
Second?
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin? Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin? Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to pass the ordinance?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
All right, that ordinance is adopted. Next item is ordinance number 2024-008.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 2023-139 by amending Exhibit A, Section 2, Fire Department, subsection B, by increasing the number of firefighters and declaring an emergency.
This is sponsored by Personnel. Mr. Calfee?
This ordinance authorizes us to increase the number of firefighters from 12 to 15. That's an additional firefighter on each of the 3 shifts, so that each of our shifts will have 7 people on it, 5 firefighters, a lieutenant, and a captain.
All right. Any questions from council?
I do also want to mention that all of these new firefighters will need turnout gear, and that was our first ordinance tonight where we were applying for the grant for 4 additional sets of turnout gear. And one of the sets of turnout gear is for a new firefighter that just got hired recently, Nate Hilton, who's replacing Captain Scott Nichols, who's just recently retired. So 4 sets of turnout gear for all the new firemen. But that's not this ordinance. This ordinance is the 3 firefighters. Sorry, too much information.
Thanks for the update. Any questions from council? Do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second?
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And then a motion to pass the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
All right. That is everything on first reading of ordinances this evening. Moving on to second reading of ordinances, beginning with ordinance number 2023-133.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an economic development revolving loan fund administration agreement with the state of Ohio, Ohio Department of Development, Office of Community Infrastructure as required by the state of Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
And this is sponsored by Community and Economic Development. Ms. Wood?
Yes, this is just housekeeping. Every other year, the state Ohio Department of Development mandates that the city, if we have revolving loan funds for the community development block grant funds, that we enter into an administrative agreement to appropriately administer those revolving loan funds.
All right. Any questions on that from council?
Did we actually get an agreement?
No, the state prepares the agreement, so we've not received that yet. It's historically that the state is late in preparing the agreement, and that's why it's on second reading. Hopefully, it will be here by the 3rd.
Oh, so we're going to leave
That's-
this on the agenda? Okay.
So we'll leave this here then.
And it never changes other than dates.
So we'll leave this here for next month?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any questions on this before we move on? Moving on to third reading of ordinances then, beginning with ordinance number 2023-111.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign an easement to allow First Energy to run electrical services to LG Chem America and declaring an emergency.
And this is also sponsored by Community and Economic Development. Ms. Wood?
Yes, this is in order to have the easement to run the electrical service to LG Chem as it states. We've discussed this seems like forever now, and nothing's changed. We're still waiting.
Location change.
Right, we're on the opposite side, on the west side. We have not received the actual agreement, or we have?
Oh, we have.
Okay.
Okay.
We have the agreements. It should be in your packet, I assume.
I didn't get
I
it.
didn't get it.
I didn't forward it to you last week, last year. I thought I had.
Last year.
Are you comfortable with the easement? Because I know the question was
Yes.
some of the money that was tied to it, or the requests, do I have that right? Yeah, okay,
So we're in good shape.
okay.
We're good.
Questions from council? Feel comfortable voting on this? Okay. Do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate reading, or no, we don't? Do we have a motion to pass the ordinance? Excuse me.
So moved.
Well, it does have an emergency.
It's the first of the year, it's the first meeting.
That's okay.
Give me a break. Do we have a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
All right, and then a motion to pass the ordinance.
So move.
Second.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Cares?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
All right, that is everything in ordinances. Do we have any old or new business to come before council this evening? We do have a request for an executive session tonight from, yeah. So I'll run through real quick. I want to appreciate everybody coming out. It's good to see a couple people out here. Yeah, John, thanks again for swearing me in. Looking forward to a successful 2024 with everybody on council. Congratulations again to everyone that got reelected or elected. And I'll leave it there. So, Mr. Harper, is there anything you want to say this evening?
Just Happy New Year, everyone.
Mr. Karas?
Maybe next month you can start on the other end. No, just,
You just give
I
them time to
offer
think
my
about it.
congratulations. I'm looking forward to working with all of the re-elected members of council, the law director, and of course the mayor. I think it's going to be a good year.
Mr. Moskin?
No, I don't have any new comments. Thank you.
Mr.
When I
Kelly?
was thinking about getting sworn in tonight, I was thinking back to 4 years ago when we got sworn in, and basically, we're the same council now for 4 years, and so that's quite an accomplishment in this day and age to be together and working together, and I look forward to working with all of you to make Ravenna a better place to live, work, and visit.
Yeah, and I'll add to that we're getting sworn inside. I believe I know Mr. Moskin was sworn in
Mr.
outside.
Moskin.
So
I was too.
You were, yeah, okay.
Yes.
City
So
Park.
we're
that's
indoors.
right.
We're indoors.
Outside at the
Chestnut Park.
Chestnut Park.
Yes.
COVID.
The COVID.
The COVID swearing in.
Yeah. Sorry.
I just wanted to quickly thank our Treasurer John Kennedy and Judge Patricia Smith for taking their time out to swear us in tonight. So look forward to another 4 years.
Ms. West?
I just want to say Happy New Year, and I'm excited to see what is in store for us for 2024. I think it's going to be a good year moving forward for the city.
All right, Mayor, turn it over to you.
There's a couple of things that we're going to have to look at down the line here. One of them is how we're going to deal or not deal with the new marijuana law. Mr. Finney's been saying if we stand pat, it really isn't permitted in the city. These are things that we're going to have to discuss as a council and come to some sort of resolution on that. I got an unusual memo from Mr. Joe Viva today, and we got some information that the federal government's looking at putting the Amtrak line in, and as you'll recall, in the past, we got involved with that, and have to apply, I believe. I haven't been able to read all the material that he sent, but I thanked him for sending it, and that's something else that we'll have to look at. And the spot we were looking at was the spot that where the land was purchased through the grant between the tracks on Diamond Street. We're looking at that as a possible place for a hub of sorts for the, use that area. This will
need some real discussion because that grant does not permit us to do anything other than leave it as a nice wild spot for people to walk and enjoy. And we're not allowed to use snowmobiles, four-wheelers. It's a walking kind of thing. Some of our maintenance people are obviously going to have to use those to get along, but this is something else that I'll follow up and have a little more on it later.
Mayor, can I ask, we had a visit from Amtrak, if you remember, a few years ago, to do this, but at the time, they wanted the city to invest $1 million.
Yes.
Is that what Mr. Bika was talking about?
It's an application for a grant, I believe.
To pay the $1 million?
Yeah, I just saw it, and he had so much stuff that I had to work on, I did not have time to sit down and digest that.
Thank you.
But I want you to know that I did get some information on it. I'd like to thank Mr. West Dennis. This paper, I don't know if you got it in your emails, or if you haven't, but he published a message from Economic Development Director Dennis West, and it is a synopsis of what has been done in the past year in terms of economic growth, and I think it's very well written, and it's a very usable piece to build from, to go on with that. I think I'll stop with that now, and I wish everyone a happy New Year too.
All right, thanks, Mayor. And we do have a request for executive session. I promise anybody waiting for people will hopefully make it quick. But is it pending legal?
Well, there's one, we have the oral argument in the 11th District next week on the township. We have issues dealing with issue on Mr. Sable, the declaratory judgment. I wanted to discuss that with you. And then lastly, the issue dealing with an employee, Mr. West, in the township.
Do we have a minute?
Oh,
I don't see why not.
Yeah, at the end, go for it. Yeah.
I want to thank everybody. My name's Jim Wade, President of Chamber of Commerce. I would like to thank everyone for the vote tonight. We're looking forward to a great year this year. We already have great plans. We're going to do one concert. I'll let you know that right now. We're only going to do one concert this year, but it's going to be an all-day thing. So we got some great plans of that, and I just want to thank everybody. It really means a lot to us, means a lot to the city and the citizens of the city. So we're here to help out any way we can. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thanks.
for the continued support always. So thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank
Happy New
you.
Year. I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss pending legal matters.
and it sounds like a personnel issue? too.
And personnel issues.
Second.
Pardon?
What
We're
is
talking about Dennis and the township.
Oh, that's not a personnel issue, that's a contract.
Well,
Well, then
So
that
it's
can't
I
be.
guess.
Pending legal
well,
matters and
however you want to talk about it.
contract
You need
issues.
to talk about it.
Just say pending legal.
Pending
matter.
legal issues. Second. Cheryl seconded, right?
What's that?
I'm not sure.
If it gets any worse than this, it'll look like.
Okay, is it listed for executive session?
Well, I guess what I would say to you is that the the agreement was entered into and was approved by the city of Ravenna. The terms of that now have been proposed in a different manner, contrary to what the contract said.
That would be legal.
It possibly could be. All right. Did you see the response from Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. West's response to me sounded pretty definitive in relation to things that I would think would not be on the table for the township. All right? As far as what he was, as I read it, all right?
I just want to make sure that we choose the appropriate category to go into executive session under. That's why
Right.
I'm
I got you.
questioning. I don't feel that it's definitely not personnel.
No.
Well, let me just say this to you. I mean, the question to me would be,
Are we off the air?
No.
no, the question to me would be, are we involved with an employee's continued employment? All right, how serious is it?
He's not employed.
Well, he's not employed, but someone who we are requesting to, and to be honest with you, I don't really care how you want to do it, all right? But that was an issue that I thought would better be served in executive session.
So pending legal matters and an MOU contract or contract.
Right. And it's however
I
you
believe,
between.
isn't there a reason, isn't there something to do with
I keep waiting for Mr. Calfee to pull
contracts
that up.
between townships and cities? I don't have the open records.
Legal,
Yeah.
economic development, personnel.
Well, it's not really economic development. I guess it is economic I don't know.
Public body may adjourn into executive session to consider appointment, employment, dismissal, et cetera, of a public employee or official.
Yeah, that one wouldn't qualify.
I don't know. I'd argue about that.
Okay, we can argue about it.
I would argue about that.
I think it's just all legal stuff, I mean,
I,
it's all legal.
I would let it cover it under that. Investigation of complaints against the individual,
That's the same thing.
public body, consider discipline, and it goes on, purchase or sale of property pending or in court action, collective bargaining matters, matters required to be kept confidential by attorney-client privilege, blah, 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 security matters, hospital trade secrets, confidential business application of an applicant for economic development, and Veteran Service Commission applications. What is his title? What's that? What's Dennis's title?
Economic Development Director.
Sounds to me like to be official.
Well, but he's a consultant.
Well, he may be a contractor, but it sounds to me like it's an official.
I don't know.
I would request that we cover it under that. It's official, public employee or official.
Both.
Where's the public official?
I don't know which one he's reading off of. Leave that on.
Wait, how about this one? Are you reading from the list? Number 8.
That's what I was looking at, but I don't know.
To
if-
consider confidential information related to marketing plans, that's not, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for, or to negotiations with other political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance provided both of the following. So, I mean, that's not, the township is another political subdivision.
You can just state where you're reading that from. What is that?
That's- Well, it's, I forget the section number, but it's G8, which lists
Okay.
all the,
And then can you add pending legal matters to that motion that you're crafting?
well, I didn't craft the motion, I'm just reading from the state law here. But it references other chapters, and I don't know what those other chapters say. And then-
According to the law, all we have to say is the purpose, and it has to be one of those 8. We have to say specifically.
Well,
So,
wait, just to be clear now, just because we can't just say it's one of those things and then do something else. I mean,
Right.
I'm
it
not
has to be
intending that we're doing that. I'm
know,
saying,
I know.
I don't care if we do it under yours, working with another political subdivision, or we do it under compensation of an official. I think either one meet the criteria.
Kicking off 2024 with a bang.
It's great. It's good.
Yeah, I'm okay with, I don't think it's illegal. I don't know if it's a legal matter in that sense. I don't think there's any pending, would this go to court?
I don't know that it would go to court. It's a matter of just
It's-
trying to resolve
it's an
the
agreement.
issue.
Well, why don't we do this, then?
Let's do it,
Can
let's
we
go
talk-
Mr. Calfee's interpretation as a public official.
I don't disagree with the public official. I think
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, the economic development director. That's not for Kent, that's not for the neighborhood on the east side of town.
Well, that's
It's for
fine.
the city.
I think to make it easy, you and I can have the discussion, and I'll tell whoever on council from there. So let's talk about the other two issues. You and I will talk about the third, and then I'll
How we wanna do it?
communicate as necessary. So pending legal matters is where we're going to leave it. The third, we're leaving off the table.
Okay.
Something
Fair
simple you want, I'm sorry, did we vote?
No, we haven't
You
voted
make the
yet.
motion.
Was there a
I-
second?
I
I think
I need
Ms.
a
Wood.
second.
Ms. Wood, I think.
It was just for the pending legal matters.
Yes, a motion for the pending legal matters to enter into executive session.
All right, Ms. West?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.